What's up, you guys? It is 1:32 in the morning and I'm sitting with the Lord, and I'm just grateful that I am sitting with him, because I'm not gonna lie, it has been hard, it has been pressing. I've been distracted, I lost sight of him. And so I just want to share this word with anybody who may be in a similar space where you're grappling and you're trying to find your way back to God. The truth is, God never left you. And so I want to talk about the story when Jesus was walking on the water and he called Peter out. In the beginning, Matthew 14, I can't remember what verse it is. Give me 1 second. I want to pull it up. Verse 25. It says, around 3 a.m., Jesus came towards them. So here it is. The disciples are in the boat, and the wind starts going crazy. The waves is going crazy. A storm comes. But at 3 a.m., wherever Jesus is, Jesus wasn't in the boat with them at that time. He comes and meets them on the water. He goes out of his way. He's always there. He's always present. He's always on time. So I share that to say that God is with you. He's with you in the storm. He is like always prepared. And again, always on time. He's never late. He's never going to leave you to fend for yourself. He's never going to leave you to figure it out by yourself. He is always, always, always present, always with us. And so fast forward, right? I want to leave you with this. Many of us have been consumed by the content, by the information, by the cares of this life. You know, whether it's what should I wear, what should I buy, what kind of Christmas gift should I get, am I getting a Christmas gift, all the different relational issues that people are facing. The list goes on. Whatever you feel like has been consuming your attention, your focus, your spirit, your mind, your peace, whatever has been robbing you of your peace, God is saying, I want to be your lifeguard. Not just one time. That's the amazing thing, that he wasn't just our lifeguard one time where he died on the cross to save us from a sinful life, to save us from like death and eternal damnation being the consequence of that. But he said, I want to be your savior. Not just one time, but I want to continue to rescue you. Because I know that you live in this world, even though you're not of this world. There's going to be times where you fall astray. There's going to be times where you lose focus. There's going to be times where you make certain choices that isn't best for you. But I want you to know that I give you the permission to learn. I give you the permission to discover. But be intentional about discovering me. Be intentional about searching my heart for you. Because I want to be your lifeguard. So God is saying that I'm here to meet you in the midst of your storm, that I see you drowning. I see you drowning. I see you consumed. I see that your vision is blurred by all the salt water. I see that you're having a hard time, that you're trying to come up out of the water and you're like, how do I do this? And he says, look at me. Fix your eyes upon me. Take your eyes off of that you're drowning. Take your eyes off of that you don't have control right now. Take your eyes off of the chaos that's going on around you. Take your eyes off of impressing somebody or looking a certain way or talking a certain way. Take your eyes off of the irrelevant things, the minute things, and fix your eyes upon me. Because I am greater than any storm. I am greater than any challenge. I am greater than any obstacle. I am greater than your fear. For he said to Peter, You of little faith, why do you doubt me? Why do you doubt me? For I have provided in so many ways. I have shown you my faithfulness, but yet you doubt me. And I believe that the doubt is where there's a mistrust. There's a lack of connection. There's a lack of communing. He did not see because his eyes were elsewhere. So God is saying, fix your eyes upon me. I'm giving you my hand. I've come into the storm. I'm with you in the storm, and I will pull you through. I will pull you through the raging waters. I will pull you through every obstacle that you are facing right now, every financial battle, every relational setback. I will pull you through everything that you believe that you cannot do. I will show you that it has already been done and that we will accomplish it together. We will walk into the fullness of it together. Everything that we face in life, God already knew we would face it. He designed our story. We are a part of his story. So again, long suffering, endurance, hardships, obstacles, opposition is a part of the journey. It's something that we cannot escape. And I think for myself and for many of us, we can become so fixated on escaping it. We believe, we have convinced ourselves that it shouldn't be this hard. But who said that? Who said that? He says, like, I give you peace, not as the world gives you, because the world gives you a peace that is fickle. It can change in a quick minute. But he says, I give you peace, everlasting peace. He is that peace. He is the one that carries us, that covers us, that strengthens us. So God never said things wouldn't be challenging. God never said that you wouldn't suffer. God never said you wouldn't cry at night. God never said that financially you not gonna know how you're gonna pay your next bill, but he says, I've got it figured out because I've already written it in your story. It's already been established in your story. Just trust that I know how it's gonna turn out. I do all things for your good. My plans for you is to prosper you, not to harm you, but to bless you, to give you a future, to give you a hope. I have died. He has died to give us abundant life. That is our inheritance. That is the everlasting gift that he will continue to bestow upon us. God is the lifeguard, not just one time, but all the time. So right now, I declare that whoever is watching this video, that God, his peace, his love, his passion for you is meeting you and touching you right now in this moment. That you are meditating, that you are occupying, that you are embracing the fullness of the Lord, that he is for you, that he is for you, that he is with you, that he goes before you. He already knows what's gonna happen. So like again, he knew the storm was going on. He knew that his children, his disciples, his people, his family, he knew that they would become fearful. That they would be like, yo, what is going on right now? So he's like, I'm going to show up at 3 a.m. I'm going to show up at 3 a.m. and I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them out to take risk, to trust me, to let go of the control, to do the unthinkable, to do the impossible. I'm going to call them out to deeper. Deep calls on to deep. and they will see my faithful hand. And as we see in the end of that chapter, right? It goes, verse 32, Matthew 14, verse 32. When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped. Then the disciples worshipped him. You really are the Son of God, they exclaimed. You really are the Son of God. So God says, I know who I am. And even though you doubted me, your mouth, you will confess as I still show myself to be constant and faithful. You will confess that, ooh, he's the Son of God. He's my Savior. He's my deliverer. So this morning, I found myself worked up and just feeling anxious, like, Lord, what is this heaviness? What is this? Like, I just was feeling good the other day. Now I'm feeling heavy again. What is this? And I just kept saying to myself, he's going to deliver me. He's going to deliver me. And I did find myself anxious, though. I did find myself losing sight and becoming worried, like, how did I get here? When is this heaviness going to be lifted? So sometimes we become anxious to come out of the pain and the suffering and the pressing. But honestly, sometimes God is not going to lift it immediately, because sometimes that heaviness, that pressing, is him. Sometimes it's him saying, would you look at me? Would you see me? Will you trust me? You're carrying a burden. You're carrying this responsibility that I never called you to carry. So sometimes God allows certain things to happen. Not that he does it to us or makes it, to work against us, but he allows certain things because, again, in the pressing, in the suffering, the fruit of the Spirit is being produced. The fruit of the Spirit is being produced. So the Lord continues to say, count it all joy when you enter. The Lord continues to say, count it all joy when you enter into various trials, for it will produce. I forgot the verse. Lord, forgive me. But it will produce strength. It will produce endurance. It will produce faith. It will produce character. And the list goes on. And so that is it for this video, guys. God bless you. And I just pray that whoever's watching this feels encouraged. That this will be a word from the Lord, an answered prayer, because honestly, this word was inspired by a reel that I came across on Instagram. And it was an answered prayer, I believe, because it was just a new perspective given. The guy talked about, like, Peter lost sight of the Lord. And so God is calling us out. He's calling us to take risk. He's calling us to make moves in faith that seems to be risky. And God is saying, are you willing to step out? Are you willing to take the risk? Do you see that I have my eyes upon you and that you need to fix your eyes upon me? Will you take my hand? Will you walk with me? I'm not telling you to walk alone. I'm saying, walk with me, daughter. Walk with me. So God bless you guys. The Lord loves you, and so do I.